Right. But weren't you worried, sir, that it could result in religious polarization?
It does worry me, certainly, because the verdict would have come in any case sometime. So I think we have to face it, because if our state government or the government of India had probably at the appropriate level raised the issue of the conditions prevailing in the country at an appropriate level in the High Court, probably this could have been postponed.
But sir, Mr. Digvijay Singh, there's a feeling that once the verdict comes, the ghost of Ayodhya will be revived. Is it possible for a political party to revive Ayodhya once again after the verdict? Isn't that the fear that is there on all sides at the moment? There is an apprehension, isn't it, among the political class?
The BJP will leave no stone unturned to communalize the body politic of this country once again.
But Mr. Digvijay Singh, the BJP has called for restraint. Why aren't you taking what they say at face value? This is my worry, that somewhere politics will take over from the law.
Because I have my own experience. I don't know what your experiences have been with the VHP, RSS, BJP combined. But 1992, Vishwa Hindu Parishad had given an affidavit in the Supreme Court that the Babri Masjid will not be demolished.
But Ravi Shankar Prasad, I must get you on that. When you were arguing in court that the unintended consequence or intended consequence of a court ruling should not be looked at, here is Digvijay saying that the BJP will whip up passions. Isn't that the fear, that there are politicians on both sides who see consequences of a judgment like this, and you can't ignore politics when you're dealing with sensitive issues like Ayodhya?
Rajdeep, the first request I will make you better maintain restraint yourself.
Sure.
The judgment is to come day after tomorrow. And before the judgment has come, there's a right of appeal for every litigant. Any party can come to the Supreme Court in the first appeal, because the High Court is a trial court. And you are already raising the tempo by possible consequences, apprehended consequences, and putting me on a verbal duel with Digvijay Singh, which I don't want to engage.
No, I'm telling you what was said in the court.
I can reply to all his queries. Sir, I can reply to all his queries.
Yes.
Wait till 30th. Call him one-to-one. I have enough ammunition in my material to take him head on. But yes, today, if I'm wearing the senior counsel's role, just allow me to stick to that.
Right.
Straight away saying what he has said is wrong. Beyond this, I am not going to say anything today.
You don't believe that this argument of consequences which was raised today in the Supreme Court is a valid argument?
It is a disturbing argument, Rajdeep. As I said, after all, India is a democracy, a thriving democracy.
Yes.
Rule of law is a part of basic structure. Any judgment can have apprehended consequences. It is the role of the state,
yes,
to manage the consequences. And I revert to that. Mandal Commission report, the entire country was burning. The
yes,
Supreme Court gave the judgment.
Good.
Proceeding.
Good
Learn
point.
to trust that. Why? There is a Naxalite problem.
Right.
Tomorrow there is a problem in Kashmir. As Soli said, Obama will come, the country will be engrossed. Keep the judicial process completely insulated from these apprehended consequences.
But can you
allow the judge to decide in accordance with law? Thank you. Thank you.
Manish Tiwari, you're both a lawyer and a politician. Like Ravi Shankar Prasad, do you believe it's possible to keep a judicial verdict insulated from its political consequences? Is that really possible in a country like ours when you're dealing with a contentious issue like Ayodhya?
Well, Rajdeep, I'm not in the business of crystal ball gazing, and nor am I going to shoot the breeze. The fact of the matter is that a petitioner did go to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court heard out all sides, came to the conclusion that the Lucknow bench's right to deliver the judgment should not be interfered with. On 30th, we will have the judgment in front of us, and after we have the judgment in front of us and study it threadbare, it can be debated extenso. Each litigant or each party to the list reserves the right to appeal to the Supreme Court. Our only appeal has been and will continue to remain that it is incumbent upon all those who are interested in the outcome of these proceedings to maintain calm and tranquility, to see that the spirit of pluralism, which is intrinsic to the idea of India, is not trampled with. And I don't think that at this point in time to say anything beyond what I've already said would be appropriate.